So, hello everybody, and welcome to the 18th Career Coaching Drop-in session. My name is Lisa, and I'm also known as Job Coach Germany. So, hi Facebook and hi Instagram. So, on Instagram, you can see I've used a really strange filter today. So, we will see. It's all about the content, it's not how I look, right? So, don't worry. Well, I'm very glad that you're here, and I'm looking forward to seeing your comments, and we will see what kind of questions you might have. And first of all, what is this session about? First of all, I would like to share some very exciting news with all of you guys that might be of interest to you. And Morla's here. Hi, Morla. Nice to see you again. And so first of all, I would like to share some news with you guys that are very important to me and that are very important to you guys as well. And the second part will be all about the Federal Agency for Work, actually. So how might this be able to help you finding a job in Germany? And you will also find the link below in the descriptions of the video, so you can actually take a look at their platform to find a job in case that might be interesting to you. Okay, so yeah, what's the news? Well, basically, it's already March, as you've seen. And well, we are jumping into spring. The weather is wonderful, and people are, yeah, changing their jobs, preparing for a new career. And I'm very happy and very lucky that I can be part of that journey. And for that reason, I'm preparing a huge group coaching program for you guys. So I've actually started this project last summer, and there were two groups that already had the chance to be guided and supported with my help on their journey towards their new career, their ideal job, their dream job here in Germany. And I have, basically adjusted this program and improved it, improved the modules, and I'm still working on some of these aspects like the workbooks. And you can be very excited to hear more news, and I will take you on the journey of the development of the course. So basically you can see how it's progressing and what I'm talking about in this group coaching. So I'll keep you updated with that. And if you're interested already in this group coaching program, feel free to click on the link in my bio, because that's how you get to the waiting list. And obviously, being on the waiting list, you will be the first one to be informed on what is going on, when does the group coaching start, and obviously there will be some boni for all of the early birds amongst you who would like to participate in the group coaching program. And yeah, what else is there to say? Basically, the group coaching is for everybody that has not found their ideal career yet and is looking for their dream job in Germany. So yeah, basically enough of that. The second news that I want to share with you guys is that the career coaching drop-in session for next week will be a little bit earlier next week, because it will already be on a Tuesday, just because of personal reasons, because I thought that I would like to take a little social media break next week for a couple of days, which is basically from Wednesday to Friday. I won't be available here, and you won't hear anything from me apart from probably some scheduled posts. But that's why the career coaching drop-in session will be on a Tuesday. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated. It's the same time, 2 p.m., just on a Tuesday. And then this morning I was really surprised, because I opened my mailbox and I had a wonderful email from one of the podcasts, which is called The Germany Experience, that I've been following for several months. And thanks to Seth from another YouTube channel, basically Weltbürger Wanderlust, who I interviewed a couple of weeks ago, he made this contact between the two of us. So it was my idea to, first of all, contact the Germany Experience, but now he reached out to me. So Sean, I'm very much looking forward to our interview, and I can't wait. Thank you so much for contacting me. It means the world to me. So yeah, so basically you all can be surprised and stay tuned on when this interview will happen. Okay, but let's get back to today's topic with regards to the Federal Agency for Work, or what we also call the Arbeitsagentur, Jobbörse, basically. Yeah, so the Arbeitsagentur is basically a federal agency, an institution of the government that is there to support people that don't have a job yet. That could be anyone that doesn't have a job, a person that has just finished school, somebody that has just finished university, or anyone that is thinking of changing the career path that they are interested in. Maybe they have found out, okay, the job that I'm in is not the right thing for me, and I'm looking for a new opportunity. And yeah, so basically with the entire pandemic going on, there have been a lot of job cancellations and people that have been fired or have lost their jobs due to the pandemic, not only in the tourism and basically also restaurant industry, but also in several other companies that simply cannot afford having their employees anymore. So one of the steps that will happen once you lose your job in Germany, or one of the steps that you can take is basically contacting the Arbeitsagentur and simply contacting this federal agency in order to get some support money. However, there are always ups and downs, and this is something that I've also discussed with some of the people that I'm talking to about jobs and how the jobs are developing for the future, that you always have to see positive aspects for yourself and you simply go with the flow there. But if there are some experiences that might be kind of like an obstacle or a hurdle for you, just don't push yourself too much. So try to see it as an opportunity that there is a platform you can go to and you can look for a certain job. But if you cannot find the right fit for you, then simply go to another platform, because there are millions of other platforms that you can choose from to find a job that sounds ideal to you. However, obviously, I would like to take a look at the Federal Agency for Work with you guys, so you know whether this might be the right fit for you or not. And I will also share some experience that I have had with them in order for you to give you a feeling of what you can expect if you're talking to the people that are working there. Okay, so first of all, what can you do? Well, basically, it's all about work. You can ask or look for mini jobs or part-time jobs or full-time jobs. There are specific categories for artists or categories for internships, apprenticeships, trainee positions, or you can also address the Federal Agency for Work if you're thinking about being self-employed and simply starting your own business. So I've had the experience from two sides, basically. The one side was when I was still studying and I was still at university, and I simply wanted to get a feeling of my market value. So I wanted to find out what kind of jobs does the federal agency send to me that might be a right fit to me. And what have I learned from that? Basically, they have sent me a lot of interesting jobs in my field. I'm an HR lady, so they've sent me some HR positions, something like recruiting or personal development, like HR, people development, and so on. So things that I was really interested in, positions that I wanted to align towards to. However, they were always asking, or they were sending me job offers of 5 years of experience. And then I thought to myself, well, I'm only starting out. I'm still studying at the university, so I only have some internships and some mini jobs that I did next to my work. However, I don't really have a lot of like many years of experience, like 5 years of experience. That's something that I would always suggest for specialized personnel already. So not job starters, not people that have just like graduates who have just finished their jobs. Hi, Henry, you're here as well. It's nice of you to see you guys. It's really great of you to support me here and to, just simply take a look. So what I'm talking about today is the Federal Agency for Work. Maybe that is of interest to you as well. And if you have any questions, let me know. Or you can maybe already let me know in the comments what kind of experience you've had with the Federal Agency for Work in Germany already, if you've had any. Okay, so, but back to my experience. So I received these job offers from the federal agency. They were sending me these invites and they would tell me, okay, you can apply for those jobs if you're interested. That was still when I was still at university. So there was no pressure for me to finding a job right there, right then, because my main job was still being in university studying. Okay, and then but it kind of gave me a feeling of how the Federal Agency for Work would work with me if I actually was searching for a job. So I looked through them, and obviously when I looked at the requirements for the jobs, there were several things that I was definitely able to do, but there were also several things that I wasn't able to do. And this is kind of a problem that we have, that we tend to apply for jobs where we only see a 100% fit, which is the wrong way to address this issue. Basically, if there is any kind of position that you're interested in, try to find a 60% fit and apply for it. And if the company then invites you to the interview, they have an idea of what they can do with you. So basically it's up to them. But if you, for example, see that after several of applications that you've sent and you simply don't meet the requirements for that, then obviously you need to adjust your application strategy a little bit. If you have any questions with regards to that, feel free to contact me via direct message, and I'm more than happy to help you out and let you know whether actually your skill set fits to that particular job application or fits to that particular position that you're looking at, the particular position or job that you want to do. Hi, Vince, you're here as well. Thanks for joining us. So that was basically the first time when I encountered the Federal Agency for Work when I was still at university. And then the second time was basically when I stopped working in the corporate world and had my full-time employment when I was still working in England, and I moved back to Germany to start my own business. And I knew that the Federal Agency for Work can support me with my idea, maybe with some financial aid, and that was basically my aim. And that's how I went there. I went there and gave them my CV, and I told them, you know what, I want to be self-employed. I want to be a job coach Germany. I want to support international professionals like yourself finding a job in Germany. And for that, I would like to be funded a little bit with your help from the Federal Agency of Work. And then I had to go through a process. And the process was basically that they told me I have to apply for the jobs that they send me. And only if there have been lots of rejections, they would consider supporting me with that fund. So that was definitely no option for me, obviously, because I didn't want to apply for any jobs. I mean, I did, and I obviously, being a job coach, I knew what I had to write into the job application in order to not be invited to a job interview, basically to ask for a rejection. And that's what happened. So I went back to the federal agency and told them, see, I've applied for the jobs like you told me, and these are the rejections that I got. So can I now please get the fund for being self-employed? And then they said, no, we won't give you that fund because you are qualified to actually work with us if you want. Because obviously it's the Federal Agency for Work. And what am I doing? I'm supporting people to find work. So basically I'm doing the same. But I didn't want to work with them. I wanted to do everything on my own. So basically, after a couple of months, I found out, okay, I won't get the fund from them, so that's fine. I just do it on my own. It was basically just a step on finding a particular job, on finding the funding or getting some funding from the state. But I didn't get the funding, and now it's fine. I'm still working on my own. So that's brilliant. I just wanted to try. However, the way on finding the job, because obviously they said to me, if you want to get funding, you first of all need to follow our steps. And our steps are, give us your profile, tell us what your skills are, and then we will send you some jobs that might be of interest to you, and we will send you some jobs that you need to apply for. And basically, from the very first meeting that I had, it was a catastrophe. Because first of all, they didn't have, I needed to give them obviously my data, and I needed to tell them what I studied. And all of my study programs were in English. However, their software, or the software that they're using, is only in German. So they kind of found a little bit of an equivalent in German, which was definitely not the right thing to do, because it didn't cover all of the skills and all of the things that I learned at university. And then I told them what kind of jobs I had done and what kind of experience I have gained, so work experience and what I have done. So basically, what kind of skills and abilities I have that I can offer for a potential employer. And that's how they put you basically into this sort of format. And this format is then, through artificial intelligence, matched with a potential job, and these jobs are being sent to you. So one of the jobs that I got was basically being a project manager for a huge event in my hometown. And I would have been interested in that job. It sounded really good, but it was definitely not aligned to HR development jobs and recruiting, what I actually wanted to do. So that was really strange. And then obviously they sent me other options where I was able to work in an office, but it was not HR aligned. So it was basically more like an administrative job that I wouldn't have been interested if I had been looking for a job in the first place. So that was a little bit strange. However, obviously, I don't want to say that everything about the Federal Agency for Work is bad. You just need to find a way of how to use the data that they provide, because there's actually some value in it. So first of all, you can search for jobs. So they have this huge platform of a lot of jobs, a lot of companies that work together with them, and you will only find those jobs on that platform. So this is why you can look for a job there. Then you can obviously look for a job in your area. So if you go to them and tell them, I would just want to have any open positions that are in my area or in the city that I live in. Or obviously, if you are searching for a job in a different city, you can also tell them, and they will support you according to what is important to you. The third one would be that you can also extend your search and then basically type in some sort of like a hashtag kind of word or something that you find very interesting. So for example, if it's project management, you just type in project management and then it'll pop up just project management. So you don't need to have the specific job title that you want to do. Just take the key task or the key ability of yourself that you are interested in and that you would like to continue in your future job, and type that into the extended search field. Then something that you can do is basically that you set up your profile, and that is what you can do on your own. So basically you can access this portal or you can access this platform and enter your data, like your name and the work experience that you've had, some sort of computer literacy that you have, and obviously everything that you have studied and also the modules that you've studied. So basically, from my experience, when the lady was supporting me, who was actually very kind and she was really good at her job, she couldn't do, or it's not her fault that the software is not working in a very modern way. So she typed in basically the basis of all of my skills and work experience, and then I took all of the data home and was able to work on the profile from my end. So in my own time, I could like gather all of the information from the jobs that I've done before, and then I could enter that into my profile. That obviously helps the artificial intelligence to find a better match for you. Then obviously, the Federal Agency for Work is also helpful for enterprises and any other companies that are searching for a job. So basically, if you know anyone who has a company and they are searching for people, then they can obviously contact the Federal Agency for Work, and then they can set up the profile for you. So they are working kind of like a recruiting agency as well. Yeah. So you can also use their app because they are supporting their job search with an app. So you can do everything from the comfort of your sofa and your cell phone, and you don't really have to do a lot of work there. Then obviously something or some of the advantages of using the Federal Agency for Work is basically that you have several different search options. Yeah, like I just explained. Then obviously their recruiting agency work is for free, so you don't have to pay anything for that. And then obviously the software will help you to find a correct match. However, let's take a look at the disadvantages. So the disadvantages, first of all, are that if you're interested in any sort of modern job and a job title that is not known, something like the what was a very modern one is like happy office manager or something like that. You won't find that on that platform because that's way too new. And why is that too modern? And why is that not to be found on the platform or the Bundesagentur für Arbeit? That's because the modern styled companies, so startup enterprises and so on, they have their own way of recruiting people. They don't even put in, we are searching for this job title with these requirements. They just type it onto Instagram, for example, and tell them and tell you, their followers, hey, we're looking for somebody who has these skills, and just send us your CV and we will see how we can include you in our team. So it doesn't really have to be that strict and that straightforward. If you're looking for a modern style job and you're looking to work with a startup, for example, simply follow their Instagram channel, and then you will find out whether they are looking for, whether they have open positions or not. So that basically means those newer companies that are working in a more modern way and have more modern job titles don't really rely on or don't have to use the services of the Bundesagentur für Arbeit, because they have their own way of doing a market research and on finding their potential employees. They do it in a different way. However, if you are looking for a job that is in a bigger company and in a very conservative company, for example, then obviously the Federal Agency for Work can help you. Then some of the other disadvantages that some of the users have complained about is basically the way of how to use the website, the way of how to use the app, because it's still very old school and it's not very modern. So this is something that they need to adjust in order to, basically be more user-friendly. Then something that candidates who are looking for a job are asking for is like additional material that they can go through, like simply like job coaching tips, application tips, and advice, and some sort of templates they can use for their job applications. And if you have any questions or issues with that, feel free to contact me again, because that's obviously what I offer, because obviously the Federal Agency of Work is not doing that to the full potential like they could. They do offer courses, and I know that they do offer courses on finding a job and job applications and so on. However, this is a little bit complicated because obviously you first have to talk to the lady or the man that is responsible for you and that is supporting you with your applications and finding a job. Then they will send you to a course. They will take a look at when there is an open spot for you to participate in this training course. And yeah, so it can take some time. So that is something that's not so good, not working so well. And then also something that is really not so nice, but you can avoid that if you are using the advanced search. There are a lot of agencies who are offering like just like not permanent positions. So basically some agencies that offer your work per hour to a different company for several days, for several weeks, for several months, but then you are still employed by this other agency. And these agencies are not so well to work with, because obviously you have no security. If you're sick, you are not being paid and so on. So this is something that is not very helpful. However, as I said, you can avoid finding these agencies through the advanced search. So and then basically that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys. So it's maybe to wrap up this entire story is basically that you need to find out for yourself whether you're interested in a conservative style job and whether you have a correct job title, and a job title that is not too modern, as I would say. Then obviously this platform can help you. And I will link down below the video the platform on how to find basically the jobs on the Federal Agency for Work. And on Facebook, you can already see the link. However, if you're interested in finding jobs that don't have a real job title yet, there are other ways on how to find those jobs. So obviously, that's it. And I hope that you like that very much. And let me know in the comments whether you have any questions regarding that. Thank you very much for all of you guys who have joined me here. And let me just quickly see whether there have been any questions on Facebook, but I think there have not been. So thank you all very much for supporting me here and for joining me. And I hope you liked this topic. If you have any questions regarding any other topics, feel free to contact me again. So I wish you a wonderful week. And next week, it'll be on Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Thank you and bye-bye. Bye, Instagram. And let me see, how can I do that? By Facebook.